Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Motivation with JR. I just want to give a special shout out to everybody who just subscribed to our channel. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And also those of you who are watching, if you're watching for the first time, we welcome you. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not had the chance to subscribe to our channel yet. So go ahead and click on the link on the bottom here, that little button, red button that says subscribe on it, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with all of our videos that we've done so far and all of the new ones that we're going to be doing, so you'll get notified whenever we release one. So those of you who's been around with us, you know that we are doing a series called Resurrect That Dream. So we've done part 1, we've done part 2, we actually did part 2 last Monday, and tonight we are doing part 3. So if you have not had the chance to watch part 1 or part 2, I encourage you to go ahead and do that now, and then come back and watch part 3, so you'll be all caught up to the series that we're doing called Resurrect That Dream. So we are happy you're here. We're happy you want to take the journey with us. We appreciate you. And we just hope that everything that we talk about here, you can apply them in your life and use them to resurrect your dream. All of the dreams and the passions that you have that you've desperately been trying to work on, but sometimes, life gets on the way. But I hope that this series would actually motivate you to get back to those dreams, get back to those passions, and figure out how you can work out a plan, orchestrate a plan to put those dreams in motion and start pursuing them. So last week we talked about, 5 reasons or 5 main reasons that me, JR, personally think why people give up on their dreams. And we talked about, there was one specific reason we covered called Life-Changing Event. And there was another one called people saying that I'm too old. There was another one, it was the lack of support, lack of discipline, and of course, fear of failure. The main focus or the main reasons that we believe people give up on their dreams. So this week, I actually want to focus on a couple of examples that that could go along with the points that I shared last week, because I think it's important for you guys to know and see that there are other people in the same circumstances you, or in the same position as you, who are actually pursuing their dreams and who are actually living their dreams and not making up excuses and not letting the things that are happening in life becoming an obstacle, to stop them from living their dreams. So this is what I want to talk about today, and I hope that this video will motivate you to start going and start working on your dreams. A lot of people are watching our show, and they're probably thinking, oh yes, you know what? It is true. I did have dreams, I did have passions, but I think at the age I'm at right now, I think I'm too old. But you know what? Allow me to share a story with you. On ABC, there's a TV show called The Rookie. So the storyline of The Rookie is they're focusing on a gentleman who is about 40 years old. So the main character is 40 years old. So he decided at 40, he's gonna join the LAPD and become a police officer, because his dream was to become a police officer. So there he is. He enrolled into the academy and he went through training and did everything that he had to do. He paid his dues and he graduated from the academy. And now he's actually a police officer. So that's what the show is actually based on. They are following his journey as he becomes a police officer at 40 years old in Los Angeles. Some of the most violent gangs and some of the most violent crimes that he has to deal with, or the community that he has to deal with at that age. But you know what? That was his dream. So he decided that he was going to pursue his dream and become a police officer. So when most people would think that at 40 years old, there's no way that you should be pursuing a career as a police officer. But there he was, he's pursuing his dream. He's going through the academy. He's going through all the exercises and all the training and everything that is required. And he's doing that because that was his dream, and he did not let anything stop him from doing it. So even though he was 40, even though that he had a different career before that, he was doing different things before that, he did not let that stop him from following his dream at 40 years old. So those of you who are at the age of 40 years old and maybe thinking that, you know what, it's too late for me to do this. It's too old. I'm too old for me to be pursuing my dreams right now, my passion. I just want to share that with you so that you can be motivated and know that it's not too late. One more example. So in 2018, we were introduced to the biggest blockbuster movie of all time. I'm going to say all time because to me, that's what it was. It was the biggest blockbuster of all time. Can you guess what movie I'm talking about? It came out in 2018, so it's about 3 years ago. Can you guess it? I'll give you a moment to guess which movie I'm talking about. Yes. So for those of you who guessed Black Panther, you are correct. Black Panther was the biggest blockbuster of all time. Like I said, I'm gonna call it all time because it was the biggest movie ever. So according to records, it shows that Black Panther made $218 million in sales in the first 3 days that it came out, that it was released in theaters. That is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So those of you who've seen the movie, all of the A-lister cast that they have. They have Chadwick Boseman, they have Angela Bassett, they have Michael B. Jordan, so on and so forth. They have Forrest Whitaker. So they got all of these people in the movie. It was a fantastic movie. If you have not seen it, I encourage you to go see it. The reason why I'm bringing this movie up, right? So yes, it had A-listers, it had a whole bunch of actors in there, right? But I want to point your attention to one particular actress who was part of the cast. Her name was Dorothy Steele. Dorothy Steele. If you don't know who that is, I'm going to put a picture like either here or there so you can see who she is. So yes, Dorothy is actually she was 92 years old when she played, when she got a role in Black Panther. Actually, she started her acting career at 88 years old. 88 years old. That's when she started her acting career, right? And then just a couple of years later, she landed one of the most iconic roles in the biggest movie ever. Dorothy, right? So her dream was to be an actress. So she started at 88 years old. So I'm bringing up this story to tell you, those of you who are at 40, or you may be 30, or you may be 50, or you're 60, or even 70, you're thinking, oh no, it's too late for me to pursue this right now. It's too late for me to try to become an actor or an actor. It's too late for me to do what it is that I want to do. But I'm telling you, if you look at her life, that should be an example. That should be a prime example that it's never too late for you. At the age of 88, I mean, can you imagine how many jobs she's had at 88 years old, or how many careers she's had at 88 years old? She's probably, she probably was a grandmother or a great grandmother, So at times where people would say, you know what, I'm 88 now, I'm pretty close to dying. So I don't think it's the age for me to be pursuing acting career right now. She was determined. She wanted to pursue her dream, and she did. And now she will be remembered as one of the cast members of the biggest blockbuster of 2018, one of Marvel's movies. So I hope the story will encourage you to get you out of the mind frame of thinking that, hey, I am too old. I can't be doing this right now. My knees are starting to give out. I'm starting to have back pain. I'm having gray hair. I don't even have hair anymore. Those are just excuses. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of those people who are out there pursuing their dreams. It's all a matter of having a mindset to pursue your dreams. Life-changing event is one of the other topics that I covered last week, right? And that's when something unexpected happened, like an unexpected pregnancy, an early pregnancy, or you got married, or somebody died in your family, you lost a loved one, whatever the case may be, that caused you to put your dreams on hold and started to take care of the immediate responsibility that showed up in your life and you had to deal with. And that's fine. I commend you for doing that. So what I'm asking you to do, what I'm telling you is, you don't necessarily have to abandon your dreams or your passions just because you have decided to step up, 10 years ago, or you decided to get married 10 years ago, or you had a baby 10 years ago. So there are ways that you can actually continue to pursue your dreams. I want to tell you about my friend Sam, right? Sam is a good friend of mine. She she got pregnant at the age of 23 years old. 23 years old, she was going to church. She wasn't married, unfortunately, when she got pregnant. So, this is about like 15, 16, 17 years ago. So yes, she got pregnant. And back then the culture was different. So if you were in church, if you were a church going girl and you're not married and you end up getting pregnant, that was a big deal back then in the church. So you got cast to the side, and you looked at differently, you looked down on. So you can imagine the things that she had to go through and the things that she had to deal with. And she decided that she was going to keep her baby. She was going to raise the baby. So eventually she gave birth and then started to to take care of the baby. So while she's raising her baby, she continued to work as a counselor. But you know what? She never forgot about her dreams. She never forgot about the passions that she had. So a couple of years later, she ended up getting married and she started a family. She continued to raise her baby, and she had a few more. But you know what? She never gave up on her dreams. So she went on and actually started 2 businesses. Right? And not only that, she became an author. She wrote 4 books. 4 books. She wrote 4 books. So when a lot of people would have been discouraged, right? Because the fact that they got pregnant and they weren't married, being a single mother at such an early age and trying to navigate through life and navigate and dealing with the shame of, being pregnant at a church, being a church going girl and getting pregnant, trying to deal with all of that. Most people would have fallen into depression. Most people would have just kind of like give up on their dreams and say, forget it. My life is ruined. I'm never going to accomplish anything. But you know what? She did not allow herself to slide into that area, to slide into that space. Because sometimes when you allow yourself to slide into that space, it's extremely difficult to come out. But you know what? She handled it successfully. She handled it pretty well. So she allowed, she took the responsibility. She knew what she did and she had to deal with it, but she did not let that stop her. It was an obstacle that she had to deal with. It was an obstacle. It was a challenge that she had to overcome. At the end, she overcame it and continued to pursue her dreams. As I said, she is now an author. She wrote 4 books and she's continued to work on different businesses, different ideas. But I'm just telling you that whatever situation that you're dealing with, whatever life-changing event that happened in your life, whether it was a divorce, whether it was the death of a family member, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you continue to think about your dreams, continue to work at it on a regular basis, it is possible, and you will eventually accomplish your dream. So what am I saying? Yes, you may think you're too old. Yes, you may have dealt with, issues and life-changing events that happen in your life. But those are not enough reasons for you to give up on your dreams. Those are not enough reasons for you to walk away from your dreams and passions. Whatever it is that happened to you, whatever you are dealing with, I am telling you, you have the power to overcome those issues. You have the power to overcome those challenges and continue to push forward and continue to move on and pursue your dreams. So I hope you will continue to take this journey with me as we continue to do these videos, because you know what? In the upcoming videos, I will share some of my dreams with you. I will share some of the things that I'm working on and I'm pursuing with you. So you know that we are all in this journey together. I'm doing it with you. You know, I have to motivate myself every day, you know, every Monday to come out here and do those videos for you. So we are all working on this together. We are on this journey together. So let's join hands and let's motivate each other. Let's continue to talk, you know, and push each other forward. So I hope you'll turn in next week when I could, you know, for part 4 of the Resurrect That Dream series. I had no idea it was gonna become a series when I first thought about it. But here we are. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. And as always, remind yourself, you got this. Remember, live every day as if it is your last day, because one day it will be. Thanks for watching Motivation with JR. I'll see you next week.